Good morning, good day. This is Engineer Suraj Singh on this day, March 5th, 2021, Friday, talking to you about issues related to engineering and others. Quality that should be in blood of engineers, quality that should be life of engineer, and if engineer does not have that engineer should go back to university and life. I know university cannot input quality in you, but university means real university, not educational university, university of life. One has to acquaint itself how to understand, how to use, how to apply quality in life, in works. First, you have to apply quality in yourself, then you have to use quality of others. You can use quality of others when you yourself are habitual or you have yourself put in a situation that you can't do without quality. Quality in engineering has very specific definition because engineering without quality does not mean engineering. Engineering involves products and products involve quality and quality involves specifications and specification involves determination and determination involves skill. There can be any kind of, there can be whatever kind of chain you can sequence in, but issue is quality you achieve or you don't achieve in relation to requirements. I'm not saying quality according to your own, in relation to requirements, how many percent requirements you achieve, it's up to you, but it's up to you only for work, not to demand. Something is demanded in terms of quality, in terms of requirement, that should be given 100 plus percentages. Plus percentages, I'm saying that's value addition. If there's a description that you have to do something like this, you have to do like that minimum. Otherwise, if you can add to that something your own, that is welcome, and that's what's called improved quality. And whatever you do on that can be part of quality requirement later on. But now you fulfilled original requirement, and then you also poured onto that something additional, something that can be valued. Engineering quality and engineering itself is quality. If I say I engineer this job, I engineers this, though whatever else is other than profession of engineering, it's all engineering. Example, you work in kitchen, you prepare a cup of tea, cook a cup of tea or coffee or food, chapati. You do not take it into that way, but it is something to be done. And something to be done means some kind of engineering. Some kind of engineering. It's not full-fledged engineering, but some kind of engineering where mind is utilized. Whatever activity in life we do, where application of mind is must, where application of thinking is a must, without which you cannot do that act, or if you do that act, that is misact or misdeed. It doesn't give you what you expected of or what you conceived of. This means quality has certain prescription, it has certain description, and that description is based on some procedure or on some logic or on some criteria or on some approval or some recognition. Whatever way you intend to take it, you can take it. But question still arises. Engineering quality, quality in engineering and engineering in quality means active wise, passive wise, this tense, that tense do not make any difference here. When we talk of quality, that means our businesses to do engineering with quality. Our businesses to deliver products with quality. Our businesses not to skip any requirement, and our businesses to do because we charge something. If you charge from me or I charge from you some fees or some payment for whatever service or whatever good, it's my duty to give you that service, and it's your duty to give me that service. And if you don't give me that service, that's not right way. You charge for that. Similarly, we produce engineering goods, and whatever projects we say, these are all goods. Goods doesn't mean this item. Goods means something for good, something for permanent. If I do something for permanence you can say, for permanent life, that is called durability, or you can say our survival. Again I say, every time I say, I made many posts also on Facebook, else otherwise, that quality must be understood when you spend a lot of money. Millions and millions you spend, and you're not aware of quality. But when you spend small sum, you are very much aware of quality, because you every day buy that. Vegetable you buy every day, you think of quality. Fruits you buy every day, you think of quality. Or you can say food you buy every day, you think of quality. Or something you buy not every day but at a frequent interval, say 5 years, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years. You think of quality, but different type of thinking. You spend lakhs of rupees in buying a car. You think of quality of car, but in vision, in aesthetics, oh, beautiful seat of this car, beautiful body of this car, beautiful color of this car. You see beauty of that car. How will people look at this? Your point of view is different. Means how shall people look at this? All right, you buy that. Rarely customers inquire about power of engine. They ask fuel. Yes, fuel they ask, but they also do not ask power of engine. How efficient is this engine, or how does it work? Because you are spending more money than vegetable. Similarly, if you spend money to buy a house, you ask only, you think of, show me perspective. This I want to, how beautiful does it look, how it looks in its vistas, how does it look in comparison to others, and how shall my people really enjoy its look. You never ask, how was this constructed, on what soil it is it safe or not? You don't ask that. You think because it is lifetime achievement, you should ask more and more. All your savings are going to this product, but you are not serious about that. So what I intend to state here is, higher level of money, higher quantity of money you spend, higher amount of money you spend on something, lower level of quality criteria you think in. You can spend 1 crore, 2 crore, any whatever amount on some building to buy. You never think of quality. You think it must be there. It must be there. You have trust in someone whom you don't know. You have trust in someone you don't know that person's habit, who is selling you, or who worked on that, who produced that person. You do not know, but you believe in its beautification, you believe in its decoration, you have what building it is. You never say what structure it is, right? Even if you see structure, they are working side people, labor are working, workers are. You think that way. You don't know what this structure is. I mean, if you know about that, then certainly you will raise questions. But no, you won't, because of your ignorance, or you can say lack of knowledge. And those who know about this, they know it very well. Nobody is going to question. After all, it's a question of national loss or national gain. If you produce good structure, it will not harm anybody. Even if there is an accident, suppose it's not safe, and you spend money on this and it collapses, who will suffer? Sorry. Who will suffer? Occupants shall suffer. Occupants. And who are occupants? Unknown. You may be owner. It doesn't mean you are occupant. Whoever occupies at time of its distress, that party, that person shall suffer. Why shall that person suffer? Because that person doesn't know about it. Whose fault is this? It's fault of that person who produced it, and second fault of that person who procured it without inquiring anything. That's the difference. So it all leads to again same thing: good design, good construction, and good quality on both. You say, what's quality in designs? Yes, there is a quality in design. There's a quality in tailoring also. There's a quality in every work, every act of life. There is no act of life, act in your life, where there is no quality requirement. It's everywhere. Why do you clean your home? Why do you maintain housekeeping? What's there in quality? Because you want to keep hygienic, you want to keep free from bacteria, you want to take dirt out, all that, so that whatever you respire, whatever air should be good in your home, or as a suffocation should go out, carbon dioxide should go out. Why do you think that? Because you want to keep your health good. That is quality of maintenance of health. You want to clean your floor every day. You want to take out all dirt from walls. You want to clean your glasses of windows. You do that. Of course, not daily, but sometimes you do. And there is some requirement for that. For that, you say is cleanliness. Cleanliness is next to godliness. But which cleanliness is next to godliness? Question arises here. It's not physical cleanliness. It is mental cleanliness. It is spiritual cleanliness, which is next to godliness. So again it comes in, point comes in, that quality is no joke. Quality is no joke. To produce something is easy if you do not care about quality. But if you care about quality, it needs more supervision, it needs more involvement, it needs care. Care, constant care of that activity, constant vision of that activity, no chance to miss. No chance to miss. But in practice, nobody cares. Be very frank, nobody cares. We have made a habit to show that we have done it by doing paperwork. So I really do not believe fully in that until you devote yourself to work wherever it is carried out, in workshop, in factory, in yard, or on site. Wherever work is done, we should be there, I should be there. I doesn't mean myself. I don't mean myself. No. I don't mean myself. I mean whosoever is accountable, whosoever is responsible for that act of construction must be there, not only available, but pay attention to every activity, every ongoing activity, must care for activity, how it should be done, what is required, and that must go on constantly, all time. Your people on sites, your personal, your workmen, or your, you can say, juniors who are directly involved on those actions. They should know it's no joke. They should know you watch them. Someone watches them live, not through CCTV, watching them live. What they are doing, is it according to specifications, or it is just they are doing and they do not care for what should be done, and person who is responsible on them also doesn't care. That situation must be clear. Whatever is required must be done, and also it should be achieved. Because I'm saying it is field engineering, it is civil engineering, it is construction, and it is quality and quantity. It's a kind of different type of culture I want to see. I cannot say that this culture doesn't exist on earth. This exists in many countries and also doesn't exist in many countries. It depends. It depends on culture of your work. You are engineer. First of all, is service of engineer is needed, or people do not need service of engineers? It also depends on that. Sometimes people ignore, oh, what shall engineer do? We can do everything. I have seen many people who are just interested in getting a plan, line plan, or setting out plan for building floor. And they say, or they think, if I get just design of plan, I can construct myself. Really wonderful. If you are given a plan, you can say develop plan, you can do yourself. What a confidence level. What a confidence level, believe me. I can't even dream of this. They give me some lines, I will do it. I do not know anything about that work, and I would do it. This is called superfluous confidence. If you see somewhere something is ongoing, or a tradesperson, or some you can say this with some mason or carpenter or whosoever involved on works. If some person has some experience and that's off, don't worry, I'll do it. And you trust that person. Whose fault is this? How can you trust someone who has no background of that knowledge? How can you trust? Okay, that person might have constructed some work, some building in past. It doesn't mean only that construction in that capacity validates good for this construction. But it happens. Blind faith, belief that this person is expert, and that belief is very dangerous. In our country, this works everywhere, from north to south and east to west. I have experienced myself that we will do it, don't worry, just give us line plan. Just give us some plan, and we have experts to do that. We'll do it. And they don't explain what experts are they. They say, oh, they have done much work. They can do anything. They can do whatever. And it applies to whole of our country. Our Bharat, India, is having lakhs of such people, or not only lakhs, you may say millions of such people, such stupid people who claim that they can do it without knowing anything about that profession. And I blame professionals also here, that they do not value themselves. They do not teach those who require knowledge. Whatever engineering knowledge we have developed, in our country. It is only on forums or in institutions or among engineers. It doesn't reach to working platform. It doesn't reach to those people who directly are involved in works. This means that knowledge is only for show. We have developed this theory, we have developed this formula, we have developed this procedure, we have done this and we have done this and we have done this and we have done this. What is purpose of that? If I have developed something, it's not for me. Okay, I may have proprietary of that, I may have copyright of that, that's different. But application of that, who shall do? Shall I do? I can't do. Either that's in my power, but it's construction. Only construction crew can do it. And they can do it if this reaches them, and this reaches them only when somebody sends it or somebody teaches them. If somebody teaches them, this can reach there. And it should be well explained, clearly explained, and not only explained, maybe demonstrated by work. You say mock-up. It should be given mock-up on site. You have to do it so that they understand what you have to do it. And that's simple. You can say it's a kind of training on job. People don't understand training. Training on job is much more important, much more significant than what is taught by universities. University teaching has nothing to do with mock-up teaching. Institutions, howsoever reputed they may be at international level, but are they really doing their job? That's my question. Question is not it's a brilliant question to raise question. It's very brilliant idea to raise questions, and if you can't raise questions, you cannot do anything. Right of questioning is yours. Right of answering is also yours. You can raise question to yourself if you wish. You have every right to raise question to yourself. What's wrong with that? Because you are well educated. You think yourself you are teacher. You think yourself you are student. It's up to you. But here is question of finding, searching information from sources and also thinking. Sometimes what happens is you have full caliber to get answer from yourself, but you don't remember that. Something lies inside you, but you can't extract that. But it can come out of you. You can bring out of yourself itself if you try. I'm not teaching here psychology. I'm not teaching here anything. I'm not going just telling you how to work. Sometimes there is different procedure for something, and there is much more different if you decide yourself. Procedures or methods, there is no hard and fast rule for that. To write methods or think of methods, I think there is no formula for that. Yeah, there may be format. You can decide your own format. Doesn't matter. You have to follow format decided by others. Don't worry. The important point is how to communicate. That's important. If I have some idea, I understand that's an idea. If that idea I develop, I think of that, and then when I try to think on that or write on that, or just I immerse in it, I'll find not only one way, but also other ways. Oh, if I try, this can be done this way. All right, this time I will try to do it different way. This hunger of different knowledges to gain is very important in everybody. We are hungry all the time to get information, to get knowledge, more knowledge. Everybody is hungry. If you are not hungry, you are not intellectual. Intellectual should always be hungry for information. And if you have some information and somebody else requires that, you should be hungry to share that information. Because information lying inside your mind shall become septic if it is not refined, if it is not used to be given to others. And also you should get more and more information of development of every part, every walk of your life. And that information is also a part of education. Means what is happening you should know. What happened in past you should know. You know about your university syllabus, but you do not know about your life syllabus. Whole life there is syllabus we have to think of, we have to do it, and we have to repeat it and do it, and then find something else, and some new idea comes, and that is worked upon. It's really wonderful if you keep thinking. Not only thinking, but also thinking to do it, to how to apply that. Mind is such an organ in our body which is limitless, and this can do wonders. Means I'm not talking of something physically, I'm talking of something mentally. Mind is such a powerful device on human body that it can do unimaginable wonders if it doesn't sleep. Yes, you sleep all time, even you are not sleeping physically, mentally you may sleep, and you may not pay attention to every act, which is your right to know. That could be a possibility. That could be, you can say, a bad time idea, that I am sleeping, I am not doing anything. Sleeping mind does not give anything. A mind is an instrument, it is a device. Just think of that. Mind is not original, it is a device only. Signals work on this and they give you information. And if you sleep, you do not keep your mind vibrant or active, you won't get any information. And if you don't get any information, what shall happen to you, I need not explain. Life is based on information. Whatever we do in life every day, somewhere some information we got at whatever age of our life. In school we got some information, we did not know anything about that. How to count, how to tabulate, how to write, how to think, how to remember, how to watch others, how to interact with others. From all 11, 12 years of your schooling, you learn proportionality increasing in every year. That is also information. Whatever syllabus I passed in engineering, that's also, you can say, higher level of information, but we totally and thoroughly understood that. Otherwise, nobody would have passed. Of course, it's not 100%, it could be in parts, but information is available. When I was too young, say 2 or 3 years, still I remember something about that time. This means some information in whatever form, it is in magnetic form or in written form, is available, and that is to be used. But that information is with you, not with me. With me is my information. So when we collect many information, we can find, you can say, enlarged information. One person says one thing, another person says another thing, third person says something, and if all are positive, all are reliable, then you can make a total of that. That is better information. So that means if you think again and again on same thing, If I do something, then after some time I say, oh, let me do it again. You will find you yourself deviate your path, because that mind, that available information working in your mind all time, and then you say, okay, no, okay, I have got more power of mind. I want to get more information of it and superfine this or refine this. Yes, you can do that. But remember, more and more information means more and more application, and more application means more and more quality output. Information input and quality output. Though information is also quality based, but it is past. That's why I say quality is not everybody's baby. Some people think for long and they devise something. They give to people something which cannot be given by everybody. And that is public administration. That is public information. Public information can further be charted out. But what I am talking is personal information. You can think on that because you are an engineer, you are a professional. It is your duty to think. What professional means? Advanced thinking, advanced study, and study means thinking. If you can't think, you can't study. You can't study by cramming, and that is temporary. Cramming doesn't give you anything except script, but you do not know the meaning of that. So thinking and education gives you something. And that's what we are got to do. If you cannot think, then you may be having whatever position. I think you are layman in that case. You may be having higher educational profile and very high office you hold somewhere, but you are not used to thinking. And I think you are not worth. You are not worth. Worth means for people. If you cannot think, professionals have to think. Whatever professional you are, in whatever field you are, if you are not thinking, if you are not habitual to think, you cannot say that you are a professional. Yes, you may say you are doctorate, you are masters, but you are not professional. Professional, professional criticality is very important. When I say I am professional, it doesn't mean it tells me about my educational qualification. No. Yes, some qualification I must be having, that's why I am professional. But being professional means a person who applied either full or in part something that you learned. Academics learning, tutorial learning, and field learning, and field knowledge, and field life cannot be equated to educational life. That is very limited, your educational time. 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. And of course, it's not full years, there's only some, you can say 1/3 of a day you study, or 1/4 a day you study, or 1/5 a day you study. How many hours you study a day? If you study, say, 6 hours a day, this means 25% you study. You say, I study 4 hours a day, so 16, 1/6 only. This means, if you say 25% of that time you study, this means you say, I studied for 4 years, 5 years, or say 8 years if the PhD. How many hours did you study? You say 2 years actually. If you take constant study, you study 2 years. So real study is less than what time says. Either you study full time, that's not possible. So quality of your time spending in education is limited. It's also same thing on work. You never work for 24 hours except some emergency acts, emergency activities, like big concrete. You have to work continuously, can't stop it. When I talk like this, I think it is something not irrelevant It is relevant to everyone. We have to understand quality and engineering. We have to understand quality in life. We have to understand quality of your status. Quality of status, not you know view of status, view of quality. I want to understand means intelligent people, if they are fearful, they can't be intelligent. Intel itself tells you are intel, long distance thinking. You are thinking. If you think something is there, I don't think you can think on that because that is applicable. But when something you don't have and you think about that, you feel you get much more information because your waves are free. There's no dot in them. That's what I say. Quantity and quality are different issues. We have to take it that way. You may ask always why I am speaking about quality. You have every right to ask. You must ask why I am speaking about quality. But answer lies with you. You are questioning me. I would answer certainly, and I am answering. But when you ask yourself, what about quality? You have to answer that. I am not speaking something means you can't do. You can do same, nothing wrong. What's wrong with that? It depends on you how far you go, how far you can go. It depends upon you. It doesn't depend upon me. How far you go, because you have to go. If you can't go, you can't move. You can't move your mind. If you can't travel in your mind, see, there are two travels. One is physical travel or a journey. One is mental travel. And talking of mental travel supported by physical travel. Mind is a vehicle, very fast vehicle. It doesn't show any physical shape, but it contains power of physical shape. Education is no joke, and also work is no joke. We try to understand what is work, what is a project, how it works. We have to understand. It's not this that my project means I should get job. Yes, job is a requirement. But just job is not requirement. We spend money, funds, working power, machine power to achieve some project done. That project done is, yes, you can say we did it. We did it, or we did it, we achieved this. But really you did it? You don't have any answer on quality? No, very good quality it is, very good quality. But you are not able to define what is quality in this. And that's where weakness lies. We suppose or we imagine it is good, though it's not good. That's point. That's point of concern. Quality is very important. Yesterday, March 4th, Thursday, 2021, World Engineers Day was celebrated. What is World's International Day? Engineers Day, I'm sorry. But I think every day is Engineers Day. Every moment is engineer's movement. Every movement is doctor's movement. What do we achieve? How do we perform? All these points hold significance. All these points hold something. How do I perform? That is a question mark. How do I perform? Why not to understand question first? Same way you have to perform in life. If you do not perform, you are not able to perform what you are expected to do, then you won't get that honor. Quality cannot be defined in one sentence, frankly speaking. But I defined it just to understand that engineering is thinking based and it is necessary to think for quality. If you do not put quality, I'm not saying you must have knowledge of all items, but at least those who directly stay with you. When you understand quality, I think you can change world. I mean your world. I'm not saying earth world, your world. Our engineers should change themselves. They are very rigid, but not quality rigid. That is only difference. Our culture is quality less. Our styles are quality less. And we say it is quality, it's not quality. Quality is very important spectrum because it's linked to quantity. Quantity without quality is a deficiency. When I start work, you have to plan something in your mind. No need of explaining them to someone. Your mind, if it is present, I mean to say, it's not gone out. Having mind, it's your intelligence. You will not blindly start something if you don't have any backup of that. You can say one time. You can start. You want to finish your activity. Don't think that quality is ended there. The speaker, everything. So my dears, coming back to issue, why I am talking of quality? Because my talk is about quality. Without quality, you cannot do anything. Try. Try it. You'll find out yourself. I always, stress. I always stress others to keep sight. Well, we have to think of systems. We have to think of how to evolve our own system of quality. Don't depend on other systems if you want your power of quality. And once you establish something, whatever method statements or other document, this shall you may not remember, but you will learn. One learns from that. One understand because you write yourself, means it is your paper, your written statement, which can be further amended, which can be modified. Maybe first time you find difficulty on site by implementing that because others do not know what you are doing. First of all, quality has no limit. Let us understand it. Quality got no limit. If you limit, you can limit your concern. You can limit some definition. I want so many percentage of this quality. But that won't be perfect quality. That shall be called your requirement. We usually speak all times your requirements. But what actually is required by consumer or end user? How far that end user can go, that is very important. Good morning, Mr. Chaudhary Razu. Welcome. Very nice to you as well. Quality, we are talking very significant subject, and it applies to all acts in life. Quality living. Some people say they say something else, but let us say quality living. What does it mean? Live, everybody is living, but quality living means you are enjoying your status, you are enjoying what you think is good. It means it may be good for you, but it may not be good for others. So that is where difference lies in. Quantity can be measured, but quality can be only achieved, and to what percent is it achieved? Only that person who works on quality, that person knows. When you do something good, you feel blessed, you feel happy. And we do even think of doing bad and try to reach to individuals, there is no surprise that those people do not want to get information because they have their own information. We talk of quality not because we talk because we have to apply quality performance. We have to get how your system performs or how your product performs, that we have to understand. Nobody should hurry or haste to get quality input. Mind is different, life is different, quality is also different. Some people leave quality and some people remove quality. That is natural. Question arises why you brought it to this level. You have a pen, you write something with that pen, And same pen I use for writing and write something else. And you give the same pen to someone else that will write something more specific or condemn everything. Writing is writing until it is published. When you index in your system, when you index in your system for re-examining or for quality issue, you won't run to others. You try yourself. Nothing shall, nothing shall explode. If you have decided something to apply within quality system, that's your determination. It should be right. It should conform to requirements. And if you can achieve that, that's furthermore right. You got it. But engineering, as I usually say, is not one person's job. It is job who have been explained higher station. Well, it's one's own understanding to what level we go in quality, because quality is unlimited, skies are limited in quality, so we have to confine ourselves in some part only. Your machine may not take more a simple platinum. You must keep on quality awareness yourself and that information to go to outlets. Yes. Those those professionals who do not care for quality, they do not justice. They do not give the justice to works into future. If quality is not good, your product cannot perform all durations. And you have to call every time consumer care representative. This means your product is not quality, and you might have forgotten also what's quality. This video is very descriptive. It's thought of. Quality performance is major performance. If quality is not included in performance, it is no performance. It's not in our country applicable, but also in all other countries this is applicable. Those who work there in 10 years, 15 years time, they have been left out now. Those people are very aware things. Quality criteria cannot be forgotten, it cannot be misconstrued. Its level is required to rise, and it is only quality performer who can raise its levels. It can be extended in the limits to whatever limits you can extend it. It can be refined, it can be modified, and then once you do it, then it becomes a part of your habit. It becomes automatically that is the demand, you have not done this on me. That point is very much important. We must understand quality in that way. And if you can't understand, then engineering does not need you. Engineering itself is quality. The people are not giving quality, they are engineers. This means they cheat themselves because you are interested in wealth, but that wealth is qualityless. You must understand this point. We can say that quality quality you may say we talked of quality the last day, and for many days I will talking about check what you should check. That quality works here. How it works we'll see. It's an important part of life. I think if you don't think quality, you can't get it. You have to do it. Well, I'll discuss with you various checklist methods. I I discuss some, and I discuss about excavation, about about blinding, about other substructures and superstructure items. We'll continue this now. I'll be back in few notes. We'll be back. We'll continue this important part of what you can say. It's a very important part, as I understand. It depends on your experience how to move on this. How to move on this is very important. Stretch my legs. Quality must go on. It can't stop. What is quality will stop? It shall never stop. Quality is quality. No one can stop it. If you think you can stop it, you are in wrong frame. No one can stop quality in world. It's your world and it's your responsibility to achieve quality. Till last time we discussed quality. We discussed about setting out an excavation. Then we talked of hand excavation. We talked of formation. We talked of blinding. We talked of concrete protection, waterproofing. We talked of, you can say, footings or foundations preparation. Then we talked of step columns. We talked of backfill works. We talked of grade slab. Works, and we talked of suspended slab works. We talked of this. I'll repeat first suspended slab works just for refreshing. I'll repeat text and we'll discuss on this. This is checklist for RCC suspended slabs works. Conduct in-depth coordination. Conduct in-depth coordination on drawings for involved activities, relevant involved activities. Ensure that all structural and coordinated services drawings are ready for construction. Coordinated services drawings. Actual details pertaining following settings should be charted out clearly for communication to site. Whatever error may mar site work, remember, and it is in suspended slab case, which is complete work. It is complex work. It is coordinated work. Setting of all grids in both directions are accurate. All supporting system scaffolding drawings are ready, duly approved or certified by designer of manufacturer. All access scaffolding details are ready. All stepping type ladders are ready wherever required. Materials for all areas ready for safe working in and around pourable area. Materials for all areas are ready for preparatory works. All rebars are ready, duly tagged. Ensure all columns and RCC walls are poured. Ensure construction joints are made on column tops. Ensure datum level lines are marked on column surfaces. Ensure datum level lines are marked on RCC wall surfaces. Ensure erection of supporting either mechanical system or other system well handled by specialist trained team of riggers. Ensure that erection or installation of system provides a good space to circulate within. Ensure fixing of all beam bottoms. Ensure fixing of all beam bottoms of downstands are commenced with at right locations all over area. This is an important activity and it must be ensured for correctness by land surveyor or by an experienced foreman. Leveling of beam soffits. This is significant. It should be within approximation at this stage. for it would be corrected for it would be corrected by adjustments at final level check. Ensure ensure the beam sides are able to be stripped out conveniently while beam soffit is in place. Soffit may be in place for defined duration of form. Levels are correct and system is installed accordingly. Ensure safety rail is available, duly installed around working area from safety viewpoint. Ensure correct alignment is marked on slab exteriors for slab sides formwork. Ensure location of construction joint if so required for a major pour. Ensure that grid locations are correctly transmitted on slab beam line. Ensure that beam sides could be struck easily prior to slab soffit forms. Make sure correctness by checking levels on slab. Make sure correctness of dimensions of beam sections. Make sure, if so required, timber fillets are fixed on beam corners for exposed faces. Make sure that form strike oil applied centered and fixed to meet requirement. Beams may be prefabricated on ground. Beams, I mean reinforcement beams, not concrete beams. Reinforcement beams may be prefabricated or assembled on ground if so convenient. Otherwise, this could be done on location, assembled there. Ensure that all bars are tightly bound. Ensure that all bars are tightly bound and concrete or plastic spacers fixed uniformly. Ensure that all services block outs are marked and fixed wherever shown. Ensure bottom reinforcement is placed as required. Ensure that electrical first fix conduit work is done satisfactorily and inspected by competent electrical engineers. Ensure adequate overlaps are available for next floor if that be the case. Make sure that all overlaps or extending bars are well held by rings or straps. Make sure that all mechanical connectors, if used in place of overlaps, are well placed and tightened well. Ensure that adequate space is available after mechanical connectors are used for passage of vibrator needle. In case epoxy coated bars are included, ensure continuous activity of epoxy touch paint is made. Make sure all previous concrete joints are well cleaned by scabbling or hacking. Ensure that no dirt or timber piece etc. is available after cleaning by air compressor is done. If it's hot, keep form cool. Hot means hot weather. If it's hot weather, keep forms cool by allowing water. Every care is required to check that flash setting would not happen or would be avoided. Ensure that stair portion to be poured with slab is well scabbled at joint location and rebars are cleaned properly. Ensure cleaning of lift well bars. Ensure all block outs of inserts are in place. Block out blockouts, inserts in place. Make sure it's a required scaffolding manufacturer. Certification is obtained for scaffolding supporting system being sound. Make sure that all portions of beam down stands are well secured by fixing tie bolts wherever required. Ensure that all columns, caps, forms are in plumb and well secured. Ensure a thorough inspection is conducted for all preparatory as well as temporary works.